Hello everyone, Loomer here again. So I'm bringing you another match from the Machinima livestream event that I helped out with this last Thursday. Although this match is a little different because this was actually not on the livestream itself. This is a match we recorded just playing around after the livestream had ended, so it'll be new to pretty much all of you. So the character I'm picking here is a sharpshooter. This is a pre-order bonus character for a lot of territories. Although in North America, or at least in the US, I don't think that there's a way for console players to get the sharpshooter right now. As far as I'm aware, I think you can get the red code if you pre-order at Target, but I don't think the sharpshooter's anywhere. So I don't know, maybe they'll make him available somehow later, but for now he's kind of kind of on his own. So the map is the Virginian Plantation. It's a weather variation, so you'll see a rainstorm come up a little ways into the map. We're playing Deathmatch, probably my favorite mode from Revelations. And so for abilities, this is the point in the commentary where I kind of have to sheepishly admit that I kind of screwed up the live stream a little bit, because I was not aware that actually all the ability sets were available and all the abilities were unlocked. You could totally customize them and everything. And I think it's partially because they didn't show up in the list of abilities to select when you start a match. Because in, say like in Brotherhood, you could actually have an empty profile set and it would show up in your list and you could choose it for kind of like a purist type thing. That was dumb, I should have seen that guy. And so I think that, combined with the fact that you start at like level 1, it just didn't occur to me that they might be available and ready to customize. So I apologize for that. So I went ahead and customized the set for this. So what am I using? I'm using Smoke Bomb, as you probably saw. Smoke Bomb, in this build that I played, which is again not the retail copy of the game, so I'm not 100% sure if this is how it is in the final game, but it's actually on a 100-second cooldown in this build, which is up from the 80-second cooldown it was over the summer when I played the game. I spent a lot of time looking for this guy. I have no idea where he is. I also have trouble because I haven't played on this map before. So that's awesome. Like I have always thought that it should be the highest cooldown. Like if Smoke Bomb has, like, if any ability deserves the highest cooldown, I think it's Smoke Bomb, because it's so versatile and useful. So I have Smoke Bomb. I'm trying out Poison to see if that's any different or how it's changed. Throwing Knives for the ranged ability. For my perks, I'm using overall cooldowns and kill buffer. For the Lost Streak, I'm using a new Lost Streak called Ability Switch. And so what that does is it allows you to swap your ability sets anytime you lose a contract, basically. So you don't see me use it in this because I don't lose enough contracts for that to work. Okay, get the poison off here. You can see the icon's a little different. Gets intercepted. Probably should have seen that coming. I should also note, for people that haven't seen the live stream or the other videos, that the other 3 people playing in this match are people who either work for Machinima, or one guy is a popular Minecraft guy called Captain Sparkles, who's really cool. But basically, they're all really new to the game, so it probably explains a lot, right? Knives can still be used to stun, as you can see here. Anyway, so that was the Lost Streak, and for the kill streak, I'm using the Mass Morph kill streak. So what is Mass Morph? Well, some of you probably remember from the interview I did with Damien Keegan, the multiplayer game director at Comic-Con. The interview I did at Comic-Con, he was talking about it, and I've been really interested in this ever since. Back then, they still weren't sure what they were going to call it, like either polymorph or something like that. So what Mass Morph does is, there's 2 variations of it. The one I'm using is just 6. You need 6 kills or stuns in order to get it. And then they also have a silent version, which only requires 4 silent kills or stuns to activate. So what it does is, well, once you complete your streak, I'm at 4 out of 6 right now, it basically morphs, I believe, up to 15 people in a wide area. And so it's just like this really, like, Damien kind of said it's kind of like, it helps cover you up, but it's also kind of like a show-off type move. So if you see it, like, you're like, oh, somebody must have gotten like a kill streak or something like that. So you'll see it activate here, actually. And so, alright, so you can see about 4 people changed. Actually, you can see a guy in the distance, so maybe about 5 people changed. So it's got a pretty wide range, but it didn't really actually do a whole lot for this one. So I get a second Mass Morph later in the match, so you can see a little better. I don't know if that blend group is glowing because of the mass morph, or if it's just like something else. So later in the game, you'll see another one that has a little bit more effect. So that's what it looks like. I was really curious to see what it was going to be like ever since I heard him describing it. My initial thoughts on it, it's obviously going to be more useful in simmos than others. I think it's not a horrible deathmatch kill streak actually, because I feel like it's always good to have more copies of yourself around the map in deathmatch, and if you can get it for if you can get a whole bunch of them through a kill streak, that's good, because it's all the action kind of takes place in one area. I feel like in Wanted or something it's probably not as useful, because you might get your mass morph somewhere and then you have to go run to the other side of the map to go get your target or something, and so it's like, well, that doesn't really help you anymore. But something like deathmatch could be cool. Possibly domination if you're defending a zone, so it's harder for the people trying to capture your zone to find out where you are. There, finally get that poison off. Poison is pretty much the same, by the way. And so, yeah, I don't know, there's probably some other uses. Maybe manhunt if you're defending in kind of a consistent location. I'm sure people will come up with some cool uses for Morph. Anyway, so I don't know, let's see what else is different here. Knives are on a 70-second cooldown, which you might have seen in my Comic-Con videos, I believe. But that's nice. I thought it's a little more balanced that way, because I thought the old Revelations cooldown for knives was pretty short for considering what they would do. Smoke Bomb, as you notice, still has the removal of the delay, the same as Smoke does currently in Revelations. And so I know a lot of people are kind of like upset about that. Personally, I think I'm fine with that. I think a lot of especially a lot of newer players, I think, were upset with Smoke because it's like, oh, why didn't my Smoke Bomb work? And they didn't really understand that there was a delay in it. So I don't really think a delay should necessarily be like a drawback of Smoke. I think the problem was they removed the delay from Smoke Bomb and then they never compensated with anything else. But now that they've increased Smoke to 100-second cooldown, assuming that stays in the final game, like, that makes me really happy, especially for something like Deathmatch, because I think if you play Deathmatch right now, it's hard to walk like 5 feet without getting caught in someone's Smoke Bomb, and it starts to get really frustrating. Yeah, so just walking around. I mean, these games are always not super interesting when you have just 4 players, but you know, it's alright. It's still pretty fun. Actually, you know, these guys aren't playing too bad either. I think one of them ends up with about 4,000 points too, which is, you know, honestly not that bad considering that they're very new to the game. And so, I mean, to these people's credit, I don't know if you guys agree with me on the live stream or not, but I thought they did a pretty good job of actually, most of them, really trying to improve and get better at the game and ask questions. And so I think you can definitely see some improvement as the live stream goes on. Okay, got killed by the Robber. Robber is a Bieber 2.0. I'm hoping to make him my super pro character. Yeah, so Deathmatch and AC3, very similar to ACR. I mean, the mechanics of it are all pretty much the same. It's just going to be, you know, the new abilities, the different cooldowns, the removal of the stun prompt and everything. I think Deathmatch will still end up being extremely fun. I would say even more so fun than Revelations because of the rebalanced abilities and everything. I think the removal of the stun prompt is also a good change because, you know, I think Deathmatch has a higher probability of running into cases where the stun prompt would give you away compared to a lot of other modes. So I think I'm very excited for it. I think, you know, this AC3 is very much a refinement. I've said this in other commentaries, but AC3's multiplayer is very much a refinement on Revelations instead of something completely different. Like, yeah, I tried to get a poison off there, but he actually got a really nice stun before I was close enough to get it, so that was very well played, actually. Yeah, so it's like I said before, if you're expecting as much of a change from Brotherhood to Revelations, it should be pretty obvious that that's not going to be the case. People still like to leave tripwire mines everywhere. You'll notice that both Smoke Bomb and tripwire mines have new sound effects. I know some people were... Here, you can listen to it. Yeah, so I know some people, especially when they changed it for Smoke Bomb Revelations, a lot of people really didn't like that popping sound. It didn't bother me as much as other people, but I kind of know where people are coming from with that. So I think a lot of people should be pretty happy with the new Smoke Bomb sound effects. That's actually, it used to be a lot louder in like E3 and Comic-Con, so they even made it better. Okay, so they've done a lot to fix bugs and stuff in AC3, but there's still a few annoying things that show up like that. Like, that was really annoying for me when that happened, that dodge, because not only do I lose my hidden kill for pretty much no reason at all, if they were a really good player and had really fast reflexes and something like a smoke bomb, they could notice the dodge, drop a smoke bomb in the middle of their kill animation, and still like gotten a stun on me or something. So that was kind of a little sad to see that. Okay, here's the second mass morph. I get it on this kill. Alright, so let's kind of survey the results of this. Okay, there's about 5 people here. Notice that one guy leaning against the wall there. I thought that was a nice little touch. Very nice little touches here and there. Okay, here's a guy over here. I'm gonna look over here. So the mass morph even reached these guys out here. This might even be the edge of it, since only half of that blind group was morphed. So about 10 people, you know, a little less than 9 or 10 people were covered in that one. Try to get a last minute kill and I fail. So it's actually, it's pretty wide ranging, and it's a pretty cool ability. It can morph groups that are kind of way off, not even really close to where you are, which is why I think it might be kind of nice for deathmatch, because it has fairly wide coverage. So anyway, that was the main purpose of this match, was to try to get some mass morph kill streaks and see what they looked like. So I hope you guys found that interesting, kind of cool to watch. I love this accolade animation here. Those are my favorite. You know, like in my head, I always like these kind of kills the best, where it's like you're kind of just the blade in the crowd, just kind of subtly, little bit of a shank, walk away like nothing happened. Anyway, alright, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you liked let me know what you guys think about the mass morph. When do you think it would be a worthwhile streak? Like what mode, what kind of situation do you think would be good to use it in? So that's gonna do it for now. Stay tuned for more videos, and I'll see you guys soon.